Welcome and thank you for joining us. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Naureen. Today we have brought top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines. US House votes to force weapons shipments to Israel, rebuking Biden. Four dead as severe storms hit Houston area. Hundreds of thousands lose power in Texas. Israel recovers bodies of 3 killed by Hamas in music festival attack. Putin concludes the trip to China by emphasizing its strategic and personal ties to Russia. South Africa ends rescue efforts at collapsed building and revises figures: 33 dead, no more missing. Iran arrests 260 people, including 3 European citizens, for spreading Satanism and nudity. Cannes stars take discreet stances on Gaza war. Indonesia evacuates hundreds near erupting volcano. FIFA delays decision on Palestinian request to ban Israel amid Gaza war. Top-ranked golfer Scottie Scheffler detained by police at PGA Championship. Ronaldo tops Forbes list of highest-paid athletes again, Ram second. Deal written on a napkin that sent Lionel Messi to Barcelona sells at auction for $965,000. And FIFA wants crossed hands gesture to help beat racism in football. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. The Republican-led U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill on Thursday that would force President Joe Biden to send weapons to Israel, seeking to rebuke the Democrat for delaying bomb shipments as he urges Israel to do more to protect civilians during its war with Hamas. The Israel Security Assistance Support Act was approved 224-187, largely along party lines. 16 Democrats joined most Republicans in voting yes, and 3 Republicans joined most Democrats in opposing the measure. The act is not expected to become law, but its passage underscored the deep U.S. election year divide over Israel policy as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government seeks to wipe out militants who attacked Israel on October 7, killing around 1,200 people and seizing 253 hostages, according to Israeli tallies. Palestinian authorities say at least 35,272 civilians have been killed during Israel's campaign in Gaza. Malnutrition is widespread and much of the population of the coastal enclave has been left homeless with infrastructure destroyed. Emergency crews in southeast Texas were clearing debris and assessing flooding early Friday after powerful storms tore through the state, killing at least 4 people and knocking out power to nearly 800,000 customers. The winds, which reached 100 mph, were reminiscent of 2008's Hurricane Iki, one of the costliest natural disasters in American history, Houston Mayor John Whitmer said in a briefing Thursday. A widespread 3 to 6 inches of rain fell north of Houston, with one of the highest totals reaching around 6.9 inches in 24 hours near Romeo. The storm also battered New Orleans overnight, with severe thunderstorms and flooding possible again Friday, according to the local branch of the National Weather Service. In Texas, the destruction was evident even before sunrise, with high winds tearing out windows of high-rise buildings in downtown Houston and inundating the region with flooding. Streets were littered with glass, electrical lines, and other detritus. Now it's time for global updates. Israeli officials on Friday announced their forces in Gaza had recovered the bodies of 3 revelers killed by Hamas attackers near the Supernova or Nova Music Festival on October 7. According to Israel Defense Forces spokesman Daniel Hagari, the 3, Shani Lok, 23, Amit Buskila, 28, and Itzik Jelenter, 57, ran away from the festival but were killed after Hamas terrorists chased them. Their bodies were later taken to Gaza. No father would want to hear this news, Shani Luk's father, Nissim Luk, said in a statement. We knew that she was murdered. Today, the army officers came to our house and told us the news. They showed us pictures of Shani, who still looked great. Her happy life was cut short. She was a special person, he added. The 3 bodies were found together in a tunnel during a military operation Gaza on Thursday, Hagari said. A photo of Shani's mutilated body lying in the back of a pickup truck soon after the attack shocked many in Israel and around the world and brought home the brutality of the Hamas attack. Weeks later, a portion of her body was found and she was declared dead. Hagari would not specify where in Gaza the bodies were found, said the forces used information garnered during the interrogation of captured Hamas fighters to locate the hostages. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Russian President Vladimir Putin concluded a 2-day visit to China on Friday, emphasizing the country's burgeoning strategic ties as well as his own personal relationship with Chinese leader Xi Jinping as they sought to present an alternative to US global influence. Putin praised the growth in bilateral trade while touring a China-Russia expo in the northeastern city of Harbin. He met students at the Harbin Institute of Technology, known for its defense research and its work with the People's Liberation Army. Harbin, capital of China's Heilongjiang province was once home to many Russian expatriates and retains some of that history in its architecture, such as the central Saint Sophia Cathedral, a former Russian Orthodox church. Underscoring the personal nature of the relationship, Putin said the Harbin Institute and his alma mater, St. Petersburg State University, will open a joint school for 1,500 students. I'm sure that it will become a flagship of the Russian-Chinese cooperation in science and education, he said, speaking to reporters. Putin praised his talks with Xi as substantive, saying that he spent almost a whole day from morning till evening with the Chinese leader and other officials in Beijing the previous day. As he departed Beijing, the two leaders embraced. An exhaustive rescue operation to find missing construction workers trapped in the rubble of a collapsed building in South Africa ended Friday after nearly 2 weeks, as authorities released a major revision of their figures and said they now believe that no one else is missing. They confirmed that 33 workers died in the collapse of the 5-story apartment building that was under construction in the city of George on South Africa's south coast. Authorities in the city had said that 19 workers were still unaccounted for and believed to be buried in the rubble of the unfinished building that came crashing down on May 6. But as rescue crews and other personnel finished moving concrete and clearing the debris on Friday, the city said that it now believed that a total of 62 construction workers were at the site when the building collapsed, and not 81 as it previously announced. The conclusion came after more consultations with the building company, police, and other news sources of information, the city said. That meant that all workers were now accounted for, the 33 dead and 29 rescued, the city said. Of the dead, 27 were men and 6 were women, the city added. Iranian police have arrested more than 260 people, including 3 European citizens, on suspicion of spreading Satanism, the state-run IRNA news agency reported Friday. The report said the suspects were arrested on Thursday night in Shahryar County, west of the capital of Tehran, for spreading the culture of Satanism and nudity. It did not elaborate. It was not clear how such a large number of arrests were made in one night, if the suspects were in one location at some gathering or party or not. Gatherings where unrelated men and women are seen together are illegal in Iran and considered a sin under Islamic law. IRNA's report said those arrested included 146 men, 115 women, and 3 European citizens, without mentioning their nationalities. IRNA said the suspects were caught in an undesirable and obscene situation with satanic symbols on their clothes and bodies. Such symbols are common in some piercings, earrings, or tattoos, but they are prohibited in Iran. The report said drugs and alcohol were confiscated from the suspects. Iranian authorities occasionally arrest people taking part in mixed-gender parties and for drinking alcohol. They may be attending one of the glitziest festivals on the planet, but some personalities in Cannes are signaling they have not forgotten the war in Gaza. Laura Blachman-Kader, a survivor of the October 7 attacks on Israel, swept up the red carpet on Tuesday in a bright yellow dress, calling for the release of Israeli hostages still held in Gaza. Her dress, in a color that has become synonymous with the cause, featured the images of some of the hostages. French actress Leila Bekti was more discreet, pinning a pro-Palestinian watermelon heart brooch to her black dress for the same premiere of Furiosa. Last month, she recorded a video with the UN Children's Fund, UNICEF, calling for humanitarian aid to help the children in the war-torn Palestinian territory. A day earlier, a French actor, Philippe Turretin, wore a yellow ribbon to show support for the Israeli hostages. Jury member Omar Sy of Lupin fame at the start of the festival called for a ceasefire on Instagram. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Hundreds of people living near an erupting volcano in eastern Indonesia have been evacuated after authorities raised its alert status to the highest level, an official said Friday. Authorities raised the alert status for Mount Ibu, located on remote Halmahera Island, to the highest level of a four-tiered system on Thursday after recording two huge eruptions for the second day in a row. Residents in 7 villages near Ibu, which spewed ash and smoke 5,000 meters into the sky, began evacuating to several shelters late Thursday after authorities raised the alert status, local disaster mitigation agency official Muhammad Adi Fabanio told AFP. Until today, the evacuees continue to arrive, and as of this morning, the preliminary data that we have is around 400 people evacuated. Adi said Friday. He said the evacuation was a preventive measure taken by authorities since the residents were living around 7 kilometers from the volcano within the exclusion zone set by officials. Ibu erupted again on Friday morning, spewing a tower of volcanic ash 4,000 meters above its peak, the country's geology agency head Muhammad Wafid said in a statement. Authorities advised residents and tourists to stay out of the 4 to 7 kilometer exclusion zone and to wear a face mask in case of falling ash. Football's world governing body FIFA has said it will seek legal advice before convening in July to decide on a Palestinian proposal to suspend Israel from international matches. On Friday, FIFA President Gianni Infantino announced the plan at the organization's annual congress in Bangkok, Thailand, after the Palestine Football Association presented arguments accusing the Israel Football Association of violating FIFA statutes with its war on Gaza and its inclusion of teams located in Palestinian territory in its domestic league. I ask you to stand on the right side of history. If not now, when? Said PFA President Jibril Rajab, speaking before delegates from 211 member associations. FIFA cannot afford to remain indifferent to these violations or the ongoing genocide in Palestine. Infantino said FIFA will mandate, as of now, independent legal expertise to analyze the three requests from the PFA and ensure the statutes of FIFA are applied in the right way, with an extraordinary council meeting scheduled to be held by July 25. Israel called the ban call cynical. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,317.38. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 61.11 points or 0.33%. Tokyo stock closed price is 38,787.38. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 132.88 points or 0.34%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,154.03. The Shanghai index is increased by 31.63 points or 1.01%. Hong Kong stock close price is 19,553.61. The Hang Seng index is increased by 177.08 points or 0.91%. Bombay stock close price is 73,917.03. The Sensex index is increased by 253.31 points or 0.34%. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Masters champion Scottie Scheffler was detained by police on his way to the PGA Championship with stunning images showing him handcuffed as he was led to a police car. ESPN reported he failed to follow police orders during a pedestrian death investigation. Traffic was backed up for about a mile in both directions on the only road that leads to Valhalla Golf Club on Friday morning, with dozens of police cars flashing red and blue lights near the entrance. Police said a pedestrian had been struck by a bus while crossing the road in a lane that was dedicated to tournament traffic. ESPN said Scheffler, the #1 player in the world who was to start the second round at 8:48 a.m. local time, drove past a police officer in his SUV with markings on the door indicating it was a PGA Championship vehicle. ESPN said Scheffler drove past an officer who screamed at him to stop and then attached himself to the car until Scheffler stopped about 10 yards or 9 meters later. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest sports stories. Cristiano Ronaldo topped Forbes' list of highest paid athletes for the fourth time in his career, while Spanish golfer Jon Rahm moved up to second following his sensational switch to Saudi-backed LIV Golf. Ronaldo became the world's highest paid athlete after his move to Saudi Arabian side Al Nassr, and Forbes said the 39-year-old footballer's estimated total earnings were in the region of $260 million, an all-time high for a football player. His on-field earnings amounted to $200 million, while his off-field earnings were $60 million, thanks to sponsorship deals where brands make use of his 629 million Instagram followers. Twice major winner Rahm joined LIV Golf in December in a big money move that sent shockwaves through the sport after media reports said the current world number 5 would be paid at least 300 million. Apart from that guarantee, Ram has earned 218 million and joins Ronaldo as the only two athletes to earn over 200 million. Third on the list is record 8 times Ballon d'Or winner Lionel Messi, who made a lucrative switch to Major League Soccer side Inter Miami, helping the Argentine World Cup winner earn 135 million. The famous napkin that linked a young Lionel Messi to Barcelona sold for £762,400 on Friday, British auction house Bonhams said. An agreement in principle to sign the then 13-year-old Messi was written on the napkin almost 25 years ago at Barcelona Tennis Club. A more formal and detailed contract with the club followed soon after. An undisclosed percentage of the sale price pays administrative fees for the online auction in what's called the buyer's premium. Bonham said the auction was on behalf of Horacio Gagioli, an agent from Messi's home country of Argentina, who was part of the deal. The contract language, written in blue ink, was intended to reassure the teenager's father, George Messi, that the deal would go through. George Messi had threatened to take his son back to Argentina because negotiations with Barcelona had stalled. The napkin, containing the date December 14, 2000, bears the signatures of Gagioli, another agent, Josep Maria Minguella, and Barcelona's then sporting director Carles Rexach, who met at a tennis club. Rexach had asked a waiter for paper and was given a blank napkin. FIFA said Friday it wants players to use a crossed hands gesture to signal to referees incidents of racist abuse as it seeks to crack down on discrimination in the game. Football's world governing body will make racism a specific offense in the disciplinary codes of all 211 of its members, with severe penalties including the forfeiture of matches. The global stand against racism at FIFA's annual Congress in Bangkok came after months of consultation with players who have suffered abuse from rivals or fans. Real Madrid star Vinicius Jr. has been one of the highest profile players to speak out about the ugly insults he suffers in La Liga. The 23-year-old Brazil winger has said that the racist abuse heaped on him at stadiums across Spain is reducing his desire to play the game. His teammate Jude Bellingham urged the authorities to do more to clamp down on the problem, but said he doubted they would do so. Other players of color have also suffered abuse in other countries in recent months. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. US House votes to force weapons shipments to Israel, rebuking Biden. Four dead as severe storms hit Houston area. Hundreds of thousands lose power in Texas. Israel recovers bodies of 3 killed by Hamas in music festival attack. Putin concludes the trip to China by emphasizing its strategic and personal ties to Russia. South Africa ends rescue efforts at collapsed building and revises figures: 33 dead, no more missing. Iran arrests 260 people, including 3 European citizens, for spreading Satanism and nudity. Cannes stars take discreet stances on Gaza war. Indonesia evacuates hundreds near erupting volcano. FIFA delays decision on Palestinian request to ban Israel amid Gaza war. Top-ranked golfer Scottie Scheffler detained by police at PGA Championship. Ronaldo tops Forbes list of highest-paid athletes again, Ram second. Deal written on a napkin that sent Lionel Messi to Barcelona sells at auction for $965,000. And FIFA wants crossed hands gesture to help beat racism in football. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our website. Our website address is www.millenniumnews24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jagu TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jagu BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.